All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Team Passion call. It is Monday, December 11th. Um, so tonight I want to continue kind of what we've been talking about over the last few weeks. I want to make sure, again, I'm going to share my screen and make sure everybody knows how to get to the Body Partner app, watching it on your desktop. And I want to take you through kind of what I do. Like Mondays are turning into my favorite like work day with this because the growth day app, the Monday, so the daily fire on Mondays is always great with Brendan, but then there's always a Monday motivation with Ed Milet that him and Brendan do. And I haven't been disappointed yet. Like every Monday I can't. And they're like, I love that they're like 15, 20 minutes. Like the ones with like from growth day, what it's like over an hour or 2 hours. I'm like, I don't have time for that. Or I break it up, which is fine. But the Monday motivation is like 15, like today's daily five was 15 minutes and the Ed Milet motivation was 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, this was perfect. And then I went right into the national wake up call. So it was like an hour and a half of just kind of getting myself pumped up and ready to go. But so the first thing I want to talk about after I do that, let me share the screen quick because I want to start every call with this for a little bit so that people understand and kind of I just want this to sink in. I just really do. Wait, didn't I have it up? Where'd it go? Oh yeah. Okay. um, so partners.teambeachbody.com is the Body Partner app, which you can do on your phone. It's called Body Partners, like you see right here, or you can put it on your desktop like this. Type in partners.teambeachbody.com. And then this is everything here that we have access to. So this is your wake up call is here. Mine opened up to Body Basics, and these are the trainings that have recently happened or are coming up. So I definitely saw that, oh, I have to watch this collagen training. There's a Shakeology training coming Thursday. There's some reels for Dig Deeper that I haven't looked at. But one of the things that I did look at these and post these before and afters. But one of the ways I find my way around all of this is I go to my notifications. So just like my email, so I don't know. So I'm like type A personality. I don't know, all the whatever enneagram I am, whatever color I am, all fit to the point that I don't like notifications. Like when I'll say, oh, I cleaned out my email, people will post they have like 5,500 notifications in their email. I'm like, instantly gives me a heart attack. I'm like, how do people do that? So what I do, is I don't clear my notification. Like, see how this has this little thing here and it says like 5 so I'm not going to do this because I haven't done this yet, but I don't clear it until I am ready to watch a training or click on something. Right. So like I still have the college training with Brittany. Dr. Brittany is here with Kevin's face, still with a so that when I'm ready tomorrow to watch it, I'll click on it and then it'll clear it. Brendan's December 1st sales training. I don't think I watched that, but I'll click on that and see. So that's one of the things that I do here. I first come here and I say, okay, what did I miss the past few days? And I look at my notifications and I click on them and watch the trainings as I have time. Over here, it shows you your 28-day action plan. So this is for all coaches, but a lot for new coaches. They walk you through, here's like 3 assignments to do every day, and they're so good. Different ideas, different social media ideas. And then once you're done with all 28 days, if you feel confident, you want to move on, you can go to the project growth. I'm thinking January 1st, or we could do January 8th if everyone wants to kind of take a breather that first week, get started on Dig Deeper and their nutrition flow, like find their way again. We could go through this project growth together, the 10 steps. So I was thinking of doing that. So the 28-day action plan, you could repeat it if you're like, oh, I don't think I'm ready for project growth. Project growth is more how to build a team and going and taking it to that next level, where the 28-day action plan is like, go talk to 2 people, go make a post on social media, go share a Shakeology recipe. You're done for the day. Like, it just walks you through some really great ideas. So that's what I wanted to share today, again, as we start this call, so that you are aware of where to find these, the Body app. I don't think it matters what browser. No, I just use, Google Chrome has always been the browser that is just I never have issues with it. I feel like sometimes with Safari or Firefox, I have like some issues. So I feel like Google Chrome is always my go-to browser, but it doesn't matter what browser you watch it on. I don't think, I haven't tried any other one, but I'm assuming you can get on it. No.
You can't get on Firefox. But I try
Okay.
at my work with
Yeah.
Firefox.
I feel like
It doesn't
Firefox,
really work.
I feel like
I have
Firefox always
Chrome.
has issues. I don't think it's, yeah, I don't think it's a very universal browser. So yeah, Google Chrome is my go-to. So, so today as I sat down, um, I was sharing in the Team Passion yesterday when I got ready for the week after Nutcracker. I just made a simple to-do list. And so that's my first thing that I wanted to talk about tonight, is the simplicity of December. I want you to make a daily to-do list that you can consistently stick to, right? And it doesn't have to be daily, but you know what I mean? Like, you're, okay, here's what I'm going to focus on from now until, December 20th or something. And then you're going to take that week off for Christmas or something. But keep it very simple. So I'm sharing in the Dig Deeper event, remember 12 Wednesday night, 12:20 at 7:30, we have a What is Body event right on this Zoom. So I'm sharing and inviting to that. And basically, it's going to be 30 minutes where I'm going to just talk about all things body, fitness, nutrition, mindset, and opportunity. And then 4-week gut protocol for the new year. I'm like, I feel I'm going to have some FOMO with this 2B Mindset Super Block. So I will watch the videos so that I understand it. But I feel like I have to stand my ground with 4-week gut protocol, because I know that was working right before the holidays. And I really, not that I don't think 2B Mindset will work. I'm sure it will. And I'm sure if I did the 4-week focus and like everything she's saying, it'll be absolutely amazing. And I might, I'll watch it and pull in some principles, but I still want to invite to 4-week gut protocol. And then maybe I'll do it. And then I'll go back to 4-week gut, just because I feel after doing it twice, it's kind of like, okay, duh, that's what's working. Keep doing it. Like, it's like, it was like a wake up call for me. Like, this works for you. And then my 15 conversations a day, and then my personal development. And that's all that's on my list. And like the workout log that I do, and then put social media and posting in groups. But that's my list. Dig deeper. What is body? 4-week gut protocol. Have some conversations. Do some PD. Post in your groups and on social media. That's it. And it's simple for me. And if I don't get all 15, like I didn't do 15 conversations today, post Nutcracker weekend, I was just trying to find my life again. So I did mostly PD, posting at events, posting in the group. I posted like my notes from the 2B Mindset Super Block National Wake Up Call today. And I posted the FAQ so that people can go look for that. So I'm just keeping it very simple for December. So make your list based on what you can accomplish. Like, I want you to have wins every day. I don't want you to set these big expectations for December. Like, be realistic with yourself in December. This is a beautiful time of year to celebrate, to be with family, to just focus on yourself, kind of reflect, just and kind of get ready for the new year, but take some downtime, watch some Hallmark movies, whatever you got to do, but enjoy the season, go see some lights, like just have the joy of the season, but also don't walk away after tonight and be like, all right, I'll be back January 10th. Like it's like it's gonna be too late. Like you're gonna miss a lot of boats. A lot of boats are gonna sail away if you do that. So simplicity is the key right now, right? And then we're gonna go all in business focus for 2024, which again, all in for me is gonna be different for all in for you. All in just means you're like for me, 4-week gut protocol, I'm going all in again. Like, and will I mess up? Yes. Will I? Mark's birthday is January 8th. I'm going to Madonna actually around the same time, the 9th. Like, so it's like, there's going to still be life. Life is still going to happen. I'm not going to be perfect, but, back to 98% focusing on that. Alana talked today about the, severity of sugar addiction and how not January, like people are going to be addicted to sugar not only from now till January 1st, but they're going to be struggling on January 3rd and they're going to be struggling on January 5th and on January 15th and February 1st. Like she's like, it's going to be hard for them to break. So getting them either in the 2B Mindset Super Block, that was her, of course, her push, but whatever nutrition program we can all follow together. I'm also going to do, I'm going to shoot for 100 days of no sweets again. I would like to see again. I did this last year. I said, I'm going to see how far I can get. I got to 103 days. But I kind of like to get to my birthday in June and not do like, I felt the best I ever felt in my life. And one of my biggest things that's happening is the neck psoriasis is so flared up right now. I'm itching in the middle of the night and I'm waking up with a raw neck. Sure, I can mask it with some cortisone. The dermatologist gave me some special cream. So when it gets that bad, I do. But it's gluten and sugar. I proved that to myself when I did 103 days and no sweets. And I was like, oh shoot. Like it was completely gone. So that's painful. Like it's gotta click, right? It's gotta click. So I want to talk a little bit about like belief. Like I've got to believe in myself that I can do this. This is going to be hard. I get, and I can hear the naysayers in my head, not you guys, because I know you guys believe in me and you believe that this is something I can do, but, and that I should do. But I can hear, well, you can't never eat ice cream again. You can't never do that. Well, you're probably going to do, like I can hear it all. And I know I believe in myself because I proved to myself that I could do it last year. And I believe in myself that I can do it again. And so I want you to start thinking about believing in yourself and belief and learning to do that through many of those trainings on the Growth Day app. Like everybody, thank you all for posting when you watch a video and posting it in our big health esteem group or in our partner group. People are just like, oh, if you did not listen to the Monday Motivation with Ed Milet today, please go do so. Like, thank you for doing that because people still don't know what this is. And I've shared the last 2 weeks. I saw a post in the body block accountability group weeks ago where it was a whole thread of 100+ comments of people saying, I'm not buying something else. You're just trying to get money out of me. I was like, we have so much work to do in the personal development space. I made a big post today about Samantha. I talked to Kelly and Bridget this morning on the Zoom after we were done working out. How insightful Samantha was with my niece who was struggling yesterday at Nutcracker, and how, I went through the whole story so you can read it. But then my biggest takeaway was when she started with anxiety when she was 11, I didn't know how to handle it. And I was probably, for 100%, I was doing it all wrong, right? And I'm not upset at myself for that. It's a learning experience, right? I was like, what? Stop it. Stop being so angry. Like, what is wrong with you? Go to your room. Like, I was like, I didn't know how to handle her because she was just angry and she was like hitting Ella. I was like, what the? That's like not my kid. And I contributed my patience and my learning and my ability to just pause and be like, what is happening to my personal development? Like if I hadn't been doing personal development the past 20 years, I could have easily just been like, oh, stop it. Like, and where would my kid be if I didn't have the insight to calm myself and get myself in a space, like work on me so that I could get into a space to help her. And so there's also a ton of other stories that I could share over the years with people. I think I've shared this before, like when the first 2 to 3 years in this business, there were a lot of people getting divorces like on our team. And I was like, oh my God, his body like causing divorces. I was like, so like, what is happening? And one spouse was growing and the other one wasn't. And the one who was growing realized, what the hell was I thinking? Or like, I settled. I'm better than this. I have belief in myself now. I'm confident in myself now. This isn't the right person for me. And so, and then some other people have had the courage to leave a career because they became a part of Body and started doing personal development. They left a career to pursue another one or to be home with their kids or something because they were like, I am unhappy and I don't need to be. And so there's just as much as our fitness and nutrition programs can change the course of somebody's life and future, so can personal development and that Growth Day app. And if just like anything, right? Like when you're scrolling social media, you can easily just keep scrolling. There's no, if you see a post that you don't agree with, like there's no need to stop and get all nasty on it, right? And we don't do that, but you see people and you're like, well, what was the purpose of that? Just keep scrolling. Like don't be so mean. And it's the same thing with the Growth Day app. If you're unhappy watching the mindset video, like the people are upset that the mindset videos now are Brendan and he gives you value for 30 minutes, but the last 2 minutes is a sales pitch on him of you joining Growth Day. Okay, so turn it off when it gets to that point. If you're pissed about it, turn it off. You already got all the value for free for the last 30 minutes or in your Body membership. And so just helping people understand, people were all up in arms with the super blocks. Well, why do I have to pay more? Well, you don't. You absolutely do not. It is your choice. You get the entire original program with your membership. If you choose not to do the super block, don't. Like with VIP early access, I'm just gonna wait the 6 months. Then you do that. I don't understand why people get upset over something that there's no need to get upset over, but they do it because they need more personal development, right? We say that all the time in our groups. Like someone will be like, oh, I was at the grocery store today and somebody was blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, because they need more personal development, right? I always use the grocery store because I feel like everybody is angry in the grocery store at all times. Like I don't know what it is, but I remember, after my first like 3 months doing personal development and then going to the grocery store and being like, whoa, people are angry in this world. And I was like, was that me? And sure enough, it was, I was like that, before I worked on myself and had that growth piece. So, simplicity for December, belief in yourself, like start thinking about like my biggest thing is sweets, like, and it has been for you, and keeping that nutrition in check. And so I have to say, okay, I believe in you, Nicole. You can make this shift. You get up every day at 5:15 and you work out at 6 a.m. 6 days a week for the last 7 years, and you have done that consistently. Now let's do that with sweets and 4-week gut protocol. Like, and so that's where I'm gonna focus my belief in. Maybe you have a business belief, I believe I can get to diamond. I believe I can get, and I have those beliefs too. Like I had to start telling myself through all of this personal development, I believe that I can build a business like I did 13 years ago when I started this business. I had to re-believe in myself because everything changed around me. And I stopped doing all of those things. So I kind of was like, ooh, I had to re-believe in myself. Bye, Dawn. I had to re-believe in myself and say, of course I can do this again. I did it before, I can do it again. And so that's another piece of the personal development puzzle that I'm working on with my business right now, is helping myself re-believe in myself that I can do this again, like I did 13 years ago. Like I'm not too old. I'm not gone. It's not over. I didn't miss the boat. I wasn't, you know, it's not a ground floor opportunity, whatever things that people tell themselves. I'm like, no, you can do this again. I suck at reels. I don't know how to use Instagram. Like I say all those things, but I'm like, okay, you built a business on Facebook, so build it on Facebook. Like just, and so that rebelief in yourself. And then we'll work on business focus for 2024. But I just want you to start thinking about your business focus now. Like what is like your first quarter? You don't think about the whole year. What is your first quarter business focus? And if that's diamond, then you should be every week in your sponsorship drill down, drawing out the circles, even if nobody's added to it, or if people are deleted from it. Just keep drawing it. Keep it forefront. What is this? What does diamond look like? I need 4 partners on the left, 4 partners on the right, and/or PCs, and I need 2 emeralds. Okay, who are going to be my emeralds? And you can't force an emerald. We can do a whole call at the beginning of the year on diamond, but you can't force, like, you can't be like, well, you could help a family member or spouse account get 2 emeralds, but other than that, you can't really, like, you see potential in someone and they're like, maybe I could work the business. They're not your next emerald yet. Right? Like if they make a little comment, like they're not, I'm gonna get to diamond with her. Wait, like help them sell something first, help them, open their first group or run a group with them, help them, so there's steps to deciding who your first emerald, your next emerald, or your first emerald is going to be. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover tonight. Does anyone have anything to add to that? Was that helpful? Was anyone
I think it
feeling
was
overwhelmed in December? Like,
sometimes, but I feel Becky and I have talked about this a lot in a power hour with all of the changes recently.
Mm.
It is overwhelming. So I've decided I'm just going to kind of stick to one thing, learn as much as I can about it. And then if somebody has a question, go back over the FAQs, reach out to one of you to see if you know more about it than I do right now, and then learn about that. Cause I'm like when I totally forgot this weekend when I messaged y'all and I totally forgot about the $39 a month. And I'm like, you gotta like take a back, just take a beat instead of just kind of panicking. And I wasn't panicking that she wasn't gonna renew, because if she doesn't, right? But I was panicking trying to figure out how to answer her. And I'm like, this was my brother's ex-wife. And she was married to my step uncle for 20 years. So I know her really well. So I shouldn't have been panicking answering a question from her. But I was. So I was like, I'm gonna focus in on one thing. I am gonna do Tubi Mindset. I've always preferred that program.
perfect.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna go all in with Tubi Mindset. Most of the people I'm talking to are really struggling with the nutrition. And so I'm like, take that Tubi Mindset attitude. You don't have to work out.
Yep.
You can just do the nutrition. The
Yep.
workout can come later.
Yep.
So, and the growth day, wow, worth every freaking penny I'm going to pay for it. Like,
Right.
wow.
Right.
I
I
mean,
haven't even so I did the mastery, the $500 a year for the mastery, and I
Mhm.
haven't even dug in to the courses yet that they are. I'm like, oh, I gotta find a day of the week where I just go and watch a course. Like I did that with the wealth mindset the last week. I was like, oh, but I haven't gone back to the old ones. Like I'm like that we already have there. Something I found I wanted to just mention with you saying the overwhelm. Something I found I did today when I was listening to the National Wake Up Call and Keyshawn went over the announcements. There were a lot of reminders in there, and I found myself writing them all down again, and it was very helpful. Like instead,
Mhm.
because as soon as she says it, it's gone. Yeah, like
Right.
it's out of there. So I wrote down, oh, the new bike option with no screen, the $99 pack, the Success Club rewards. Make sure we go to Breaking Coach Nudes. Nudes? Don't go to nudes.
Dude,
Don't be Googling nudes.
it's okay.
Breaking Coach News, because there's links for like nutrition content that they're giving us now that was released at Leadership. I was like, oh, there is. The Dig Deeper, she told us that the 10-minute workouts are now back on Body, but they're only going to be there through January 19th. I was like, oh, I never would have known that if I didn't write that down listening to her. I never would have known that. The income disclaimer update there, it's FAQ 2283, and they give us wording and examples and methods on how to share about the business based on how they want us to, like, so that'll be good to give.
Yeah.
Let me look at those, like, because I'm struggling there too. And then the whole ask me anything to be mindset thing with Alana, I do forget that that's a thing, but I think because she does it in our Facebook group and I unfollowed that group, I think I'm still in there, but I unfollowed her group and Autumn's group just because there was so much negativity.
People.
Like, I was like,
Yeah.
really, the body accountability group doesn't seem as bad, but I think there's more moderators in there helping, because I do see people from like that have like a body like Facebook answering questions. So but I found that helpful today. And this quote, I don't know if you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call, but she said that she was listening to a growth day thing this weekend, and the speaker said, he's talking about brain health and how the number one key to our brain health is our nutrition. And he said, if you had $1 million racehorse, would you feed it junk? I was like, oh, that was good. Like, that was good, right? And they're like, so you have $1 million body. Why are you feeding it junk? I was like, okay. So yeah, so much good stuff. So yeah, I think so when you're listening to the National Wake Up Call, sometimes I know we listen to it on the run or on the go, but I sit down with my notebook and I take notes, but I found writing her announcements down today helped me retain.
Helpful to get it in
Then
your brain.
and then I wrote down from that like an item on my to-do list. Look up the Breaking Coach News new links, and that's on my to-do list for tomorrow. Like, and if I didn't do that, I don't know if I would have remembered her, because I sometimes don't pay attention to those because I feel like I already know them, and then I'm like, oh wait, what'd you just say? You know? So yeah, good.
So I started the master class, Reignite Your Fire.
Oh,
And I did 2 days of it last week, and then I've got to print some stuff off, and he doesn't want you to do the third one till you've done your homework from the first one.
he mentioned that today in the Daily Fire, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I could have like just kind of written it down in a notebook and then gone from there, but I really want to like actually put it in some kind of a binder or something like that.
Yeah, reinventing your life.
You know, so I've got to get my
Mhm.
printer working right, or my mom's got to get hers working right, because both of ours have gone down at the same time. But it's good.
Yeah. So he
And
mentioned
I
that today, and I was like,
I
oh,
still think that Ed Milet talk that I watched, probably one of the best speeches I've ever seen.
mm,
Um, you know, and I love him on his podcasts and stuff, but they really aren't necessarily putting their A game, so to speak, on the podcast. They really do save some. I don't want to say it like that because I feel like they're trying to put out really good content, period. But his speech, man, like if I had been there in person, I'd have been on my feet the whole time.
mhm.
You know, I mean, it was that good.
That's how I felt about Trent Shelton's Boost Your Self-Esteem.
Yeah, I listened to that one too. That was good.
I was like, oh, hanging on every word. Like, he was so
Mm-hmm.
good in that. I know. Yeah.
And who knew Ed Milet could do such a great impersonation of Brendan?
I know.
It was hilarious. It's like laughing my ass off. I'm like, he does do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So
Like,
good.
gosh.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
This
And they do
training with
that.
Brandon Bouchard will be on an ongoing basis, right? You can sign anytime.
Yeah. Yep. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
the one, like-
doing many of them in our mindset, in our app. So every Monday and Wednesday, I think we get him for free in our body membership, included in our body membership. So you can always start there. But the growth day stuff, like he put out, it is $29 a month for the basic membership, but the $500 per year, you get like all of the replays and the courses and yeah, so
The $50 one you get to, because that's the one
Yeah.
that Becky and I signed up for. And we did the math. We're only paying $88 more a year than what the $500 was paying. So for me, with my situation financially, I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But that's also going to be like that bill will get paid no matter what,
yeah,
because that's going to help me to where I'm not worried about my bills.
right. Right. Yeah, and the wealth mindset focus for December has been really good in there too. I haven't watched all the trainings, but I watched that first day of like 2.5 hours, and I watched it in pieces because it was too much for me. But when I paused it and then closed the app out, it was right in the same spot when I came back. I was like, oh, good,
Yeah.
because I was like, oh
Yeah,
shoot,
I like
I'm
that
gonna have to
feature,
find my
too.
spot. But no, it was good. Yeah,
Yeah, so I've been listening to his, just on the mindset. I've listened to the permanent fire of boosting self-esteem. I've done day 1 and day 2 of the triangle challenge.
oh yeah,
So tomorrow is day 3. And like I've taken notes and I've actually shown them like to my husband and just said, look at this. This is pretty amazing of what he has to say.
yeah,
'Cause
Yeah.
It just really makes you think.
yeah. And
So
we're
today about the mission, it was really awesome.
and we're gonna
Because
be
I find myself like yesterday, he was speaking to me today
Yeah.
because yesterday, I had written that I'd done absolutely nothing. I literally did absolutely nothing. Like I was in my pajamas all day. I did nothing. I didn't walk the dogs. I didn't do anything. I felt like I was just taking a whole day for myself. But when he was speaking about losing time from TV, phone, social media, guess what? I had football on. I was on my phone for hours, and it's like that was not a good, and I know it, that was not a good time management for me at all.
Yeah.
So,
But again, some days you need like that, and then you come back and
yeah,
stronger than ever, and you have those insights when you do something like that. You're like, oh, wait, that was cool,
yeah,
but let's not do that again.
yeah. I went down that rabbit hole and I didn't come out for hours. So, yeah, no, it was not a good use of my time, I guess I
Yeah.
could say. I could have been decorating the house. I could have been, doing the business, and I just didn't do anything other than just.
Yeah.
So,
Well, did
but
you
he was
need to
speaking
have
to
one
me
of those
today.
days? Did,
Yeah.
did you need one of those days though?
No, I don't think so.
It's
That's
different
what's
when
bad.
you need it.
Like
Yeah.
I very well could have walked the dogs. Like I could have gotten fresh air. I know it was raining all day, but I'm not going to melt. Like it's just things like that where I didn't prioritize, and at the time it felt great. Like I was just like I had all afternoon because my husband's working. So, but it just like I won't let that happen again because it did not feel good. It wasn't like it was a spa day for me. Like I took time in the bathtub and had a nice bath or anything. No, it wasn't anything like that. It was just mindless.
Last
Stuff.
Tuesday, I needed some time to myself, and I ended up watching a Hallmark movie. So it was a 2.5 hour of watching a Hallmark movie, and then I came out of my funk and got like 2 hours of work done right after. So it was like sometimes when I'm like I just want to Netflix and chill, a way for me to give myself permission to do that is And when you're done, you're gonna get back to work. You're gonna get back to work type thing,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
and I did, so. Awesome. All right, so that's the focus. Simplicity for December. Belief in yourself, finding something you need to believe in yourself. Like just focus on one thing that you're like, I gotta work on belief in this subject area. And then we'll get a business focus going for Q1 of 2024, pretty early on, probably one of our first Monday team calls. That first Monday we'll like, okay, what are we gonna do for this first quarter? And again, focusing on one thing at a time. So let's not get overwhelmed so that we shut down. Let's be focusing on one thing at a time. Awesome. All right. Where is my button to stop recording? All right.